welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, thanks for dropping in. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I'm Kim with Pink Squirrel Studios. I have the Neretva Bread Machine, and I've had it for about a year now, and so I've got several recipes coming up for you. So today we're going to make jalapeno and cheddar. I've also got a cornbread recipe coming up. I've also got banana bread, and I have a keto bread. Today's recipe is going to be the jalapeno and cheddar. If you can think of any recipes you'd like me to try in there, let me know and I'll be happy to test them for you. I've also got jam and yogurt coming. So anyway, let's move to the kitchen and make some bread. The first time I've tried to film something like this in here, I think I've got my lighting figured out. It looks like you can see it. Let's see. So first thing I'm going to do is check the temperature of my water, because I need warm water, and it is at the perfect temperature. In here I have 1 2/3 cups of warm water. It's about 100 degrees. I have in here 6.5 cups of all-purpose flour. In here I have 3 tablespoons of vital wheat gluten, and if you're using bread flour, you don't need to do that. I mean, you can just use the all-purpose flour too, it just won't rise as much. I like the texture that it gives the bread when I use the vital wheat gluten. In here I've got about 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese that I shredded. This is 2.5 teaspoons of salt. In here I have about 1.5 cups roughly of canned jalapeños that I have taken a towel to and dried as much as I possibly can. You want to get as much, squeeze as much moisture out of these as you possibly can. Otherwise, the bread can get soggy. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I will have the recipe down in the description. 3 tablespoons of unbleached sugar. 2.5 teaspoons of active dry yeast. And then over here I've got about 1/4 cup of extra shredded cheese that I'm just going to put as it starts baking. So here is my bread pan. I've got the paddles in, didn't forget those this time. I'm going to put the water in first, then the oil, then I want the all-purpose flour, the vital wheat gluten. Just gonna kind of okay. Next is the sugar, then the salt, and then we are going to put the yeast on top. Okay, now it needs to go into the bread machine. Okay, and one thing about this bread machine is you have to make sure that these guys on the bottom are aligned properly with these here so that they can fit inside those. So you want it pointing this way or this way, this way or this way. So I'm going to make sure that those little things on the bottom align properly so that I can get it to sit in here. So now that we have that in, now this fruit and nut dispenser is not big enough to put those jalapenos and the cheese in, so I'm not going to use this. I'm just going to go ahead and add those in when it beeps. Okay, so we are going to use the basic bread setting. So let's go ahead and hit the power button. The basic is, I don't know if you can see that, is number 1, and that's the default. It always starts at number 1, so that works. This is a large loaf. So one of the things I'm gonna change a few settings. I'm gonna start with, I like mine a little bit darker. And let's see, what else do I need to change? I don't need to change that. Let's see this. So I want to change this to the 1500 gram. That is the 3.3 pound loaf, and that's what I'm making. So 3 hours, 15 minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and hit the start button. So we will let this do its thing, and I think 25-30 minutes, that's when it probably will be ready for the cheddar cheese and the jalapenos to go in. So I'll see you then. Okay, so we're down to 2 hours and 41 minutes, and I've been checking the dough ball, and it's, I think it needs some water. I've added 2 teaspoons so far, but I think I need to add another teaspoon. So let me add another teaspoon in here. And we'll see if that does the trick. Still waiting for the little beep for the nut dispenser, fruit and nut dispenser to go off so that I can add the jalapenos and the cheddar, but at least it gave me time to clean up some of my mess. So anyway, we'll be back as soon as that beeps. Okay, you didn't get a chance to hear that, but it did just make the sound. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump these in. There's a little bit of oil that didn't get dumped in there. So now I probably am going to make it too wet. We'll see. Okay, so the timer is now at 2:34. According to the manual, the nut dispense time for the large loaf dark crust is at the 2 hour and 35 minute mark. So that was right on time. Okay, so we'll see you back here in 2 hours and 34 minutes. Okay, and you'll want to make sure, hopefully you can see this. So it'll tell you what stage the bread machine is at. So right now it's in the first dough rising stage. So therefore it says dough rising 1. So watch that little window to keep you informed as far as what's going on at any given time. Okay, we are at the, 1 hour and 4 minute mark, and the last 65 minutes of this is the baking cycle. So I'm just going to add some of this cheese on top, and just started the baking cycle, and I kind of want this to make a nice little crust on the top. Okay. Okay, so be back in an hour and 4 minutes. Okay, it beeped, so it is ready. Let me, oh, it looks really, oh wow, that looks awesome. Yeah, that looks really good. So what I have found best to do is to take this out and let it cool for a good hour, because then the cheese kind of sets up. Let's get this moved out of the way. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Oh, that smells so good. Okay, let's see if I can get this out. Now let me grab, and this is a big loaf, you guys. I mean, it is big. Part of this is still in the bread pan right here. So the paddle kind of kept that stuck there, but it's totally fine. There's a reason they give you this little gizmo. The bread is super hot, and it makes it a lot easier to get this guy out. So let me grab him, let that cool off. This smells incredible. I wish that you could be here to smell this. It smells so good. Very hot, and I like it. I like the bread to be dark. I like a dark crust on it, and I actually, crust is really one of my favorite parts of the bread. So I like more of a heavy bread. I don't like a real light bread. But I do have a recipe for a lighter version if you find that you don't like this one. So we're gonna go ahead and let this cool off for an hour, and that'll help the cheese set on the inside so you don't have any, kind of gooey areas. So we'll be back in an hour. Okay, so I pulled out the little corner that was stuck in there, and I gotta give this a try. It is really good, really, really good. I don't even want to wait an hour for that to set, but I will wait an hour before I can actually cut a slice off. See you then. Okay, it's time to cut this bad boy up and see what we got on the inside. Crust is nice and crusty, which is exactly the way I like it. And inside, yeah, that looks really good. It's super good, and it smells really, really good. So this is the heel. This is my favorite part. It just smells so good. Here's what it looks like on top. Bottom, I mean, this is, 3.3 pounds. It feels 3.3 pounds easily. Don't know if I showed you this side, but like I said, it smells so good. It smells so good in here. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, and if you would be so kind as to hit that thumbs up button, I would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again. This is Kim from Pink Squirrel Studios signing off. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.